Shri Sai Satcharita, the Genesis. The author of Shri Sai Satcharita, Shri Govind R. Dabolkar, also known as Hemad Pant, a name bestowed upon him by Baba himself, begins his writing by offering obeisances to the revered and worshipped ones in the following order. Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles in the narration of Baba's pastimes. Goddess Saraswati, the enabler of Hemayat Pant's literature on Baba. Lord Brahma, creator. Lord Vishnu, preserver. And Lord Mahesh, destroyer, who manifest in the divine form of Sadguru Sainath. Lord Narayan Adinath, who appeared as Parashurama and dwells within the heart of all creation. Sage Bharadwaj, the founder of Hemad Pant's lineage. Yogis who are Brahman incarnate. Shri Sadashiv, Hemad Pant's grandfather, who retired to the Himalayas during his last days. Shri Raghunath, Hemad Pant's father, a devotee of Lord Shiva who always wore a necklace of Rudraksha beads. His mother, who with great effort brought him into this world but passed away during his infancy. His paternal aunt, who raised him with love and care. His older brother, who would have gladly sacrificed his life for Hemad Pant. The readers and listeners of this work, to whom Hemad Pant humbly prays for forgiveness of his shortcomings and asks for their undivided attention. Sadguru Sri Sainath, the very embodiment of Brahman, boundless, formless, and beyond all attributes, an infinite ocean of love and compassion, immersed in the supreme spiritual reality of Satchit Anand, existence, consciousness, bliss. Through this practice of bowing down to the gods and goddesses, learned Brahmins and yogis, ancestral lineage, family members, the audience of his work, and his Guru Shri Sainath. Hemad Pant teaches the importance of surrendering one's ego at the feet of those we owe our existence to before undertaking any monumental task. Although knowledge, intellect, and effort contribute greatly to the creation of something substantial, it is humility alone that anchors true and lasting success. Without humility, even the most brilliant intellectual endeavors fall flat, appearing dry and hollow. Hemad Pant's prostrations to those who guide, nurture, and inspire us acknowledge that our achievements are not ours alone, but are shaped by the blessings and influences of everyone who gives direction to our life. Hemad Pant mentions in his writing that he neither possessed in-depth knowledge of science or literature, nor did he ever listen to any saintly chronicles. He, therefore, compares himself to a humble piece of straw that exudes no special characteristics, and prays to the readers to accept him with all his shortcomings. He completely detaches himself from the doership of writing this book, affirming that his actions are merely an obedience to his Guru's command. He emphasizes that his narration flows with the same enthusiasm as the attention and receptivity of the reader. Contrary to the worldly belief that humility shrinks a person's personality, Hemad Pant's spirit actually expanded and became a conduit for Baba's work. Setting aside all pride and sense of doership, Hemad Pant became an empty vessel before undertaking the sacred task of writing Shri Sai Satcharita. He approached this endeavor as an instrument and as a faithful servant of his Sadguru, not as a self-seeker eager to flaunt his close association with Baba or showcase his poetic prowess. Every word he penned appears to have flowed from a heart steeped in devotion, his eyes bedimmed with tears, lips unceasingly chanting the name of Baba. Imbued with the peace and purity of sattva, rather than the restlessness of rajas. Hemadpant's work went on to touch and work miracles in the lives of countless devotees. His words soothed, healed, and brought about a deep inner transformation in people. From the moment Hemadpant surrendered to Baba, Baba himself took over, allowing his grace to flow through the thoughts, remembrances, and moral insights conveyed by Hemadpant. This is how Shri Sai Satcharita acquired the status of a poti, or a religious text that commands its own Parayana and blesses all who engage with it. While making his obeisances, Hemadpant speaks at length about the grandeur of a Sadguru whom he remembers at the end of his invocation, comparing the Guru to a sweet dish reserved for the end of a meal. He calls Baba a treasure house of mercy, a mine of bliss, the cosmic consciousness and the supreme knowledge that dwells in all his animate and inanimate creations, and the ultimate destination for deliverance from this world. Concentrating on Baba's physical form, Hemadpant says that gazing into Baba's face, one forgets bodily needs of hunger and thirst. Looking into his eyes, one gushes with love for Baba and forgets himself.
गुरुसंगत गंगाजळ शाळीते मळ करिते निर्मळ मनास्म दुजे काय चंचळ करिते निश्चळ हरिचरणी.
Established through unceasing meditation on his divine form, is the pure water of Ganga that washes away sins and brings fixity to the mind. Hemadpant states that offering service to the feet of the Sadguru is the equivalent of performing yoga, penance, and Vedic rituals. The biggest of such services is surrendering the fruit of every action to the feet of Baba. Only then can the conceit of being the doer be dissolved. Hemadpant prescribes the chanting of Guru Nam as the only mantra, yantra, and tantra needed for the upliftment of a devotee. For a devotee who remains in an abidingly blissful state of mind, Baba himself will take him to the supreme state of self-realization and bestow upon him the knowledge of Brahman and the awareness of illusory Maya. To the ignorant and simple-minded who cannot comprehend seemingly esoteric scriptures or learn complex yogic practices, Hemadpant's words provide comforting encouragement on the path of bhakti. He stresses at several places the importance of mind control, which when accomplished through worship, meditation, surrender, and good company, can become the most defining quality of a true bhakta. Hemadpant then proceeds to recount the event that sparked his motivation to compile Baba's pastimes, initially through a series of assiduous note-taking, which he later transformed into a book of 53 chapters, containing 9,308 verses in Marathi. Around the year 1910, one morning when Hemadpant went to seek Baba's darshan, or divine vision, he was surprised by an unusual sight. Though Baba had no material possessions or attachments and lived purely on alms, he was making preparations to grind wheat. He laid out an empty sack on the ground and rested a sturdy stone quern over it. Nearby, a bag brimmed with grains of wheat. With a quiet focus, Baba reached into the basket and drew out fistfuls of wheat, pouring them steadily into the quern. Rolling up his sleeves, gathering the folds of his kafni, Baba squatted beside the quern and started the rhythmic, meditative process of grinding. It seemed as though Baba wasn't merely grinding wheat, but crushing all hatred and enmity of the world into dust. As news of Baba's peculiar activity spread through the village, men, women, and children gathered in curiosity, eager to witness this intriguing spectacle. Yet, not a single soul dared to question Baba's motives. Suddenly, 4 bold women stepped forward, climbed the steps of Dwarkamai, and without hesitation seized the quern handle from Baba. At first, Baba resisted, insisting on continuing the task himself. But after sensing the genuine affection behind their gesture, he relented, allowing them to take over. The women sang Baba's praises and his marvelous leelas in melodious strains and finished the task at hand. When they finished grinding, the women came to the conclusion that they should divide the flour among themselves. After all, Baba had no wife, no children, and no household responsibilities. What use would he have for so much flour? One of them, speaking impulsively, even predicted that Baba himself would eventually offer it to them to take home. As they proceeded to divide the flour into 4 equal heaps, Baba flared up in sharp disagreement. "Are you out of your senses? Where are you taking this flour? Does it belong to your father that you are carrying it away?" he thundered. The ways of a Sadguru are mysterious and beyond ordinary understanding. At times, their deep concern for the well-being of their devotees surfaces with an unexpected intensity, compelling them to momentarily lose their outward calm. Like a protective mother scolding her errant children, Baba's reaction stemmed from this very instinct, a surge of fierce loving care disguised as stern rebuke. Though freshly milled, only Baba knew the inherent dangers of consuming the flour. He also chided the women for turning what seemed like a selfless act of helping Baba into a selfish pursuit of reward. He disapproved of the women staking their claim on the flour and called them freebooters who came to loot him. Baba was agitated to witness how an altruistic act of service and devotion towards him quickly got tainted by the veil of greed and entitlement. Baba commanded the women to throw the flour alongside a brook at the village border. To understand this inscrutable Leela of Baba, Hemat Pant asked the villagers how they made sense of Baba's actions. He discovered that the crushing of wheat has a deeper, symbolic meaning. In form of wheat, Baba eradicated the dreaded cholera that threatened the lives of the villagers. He ensured the peace and well-being of everyone. For no sooner had he exhibited this Leela than the epidemic began to wane. Witnessing this beautiful and mystical correlation, Hemat Pant developed a strong urge in his heart to sing the charming stories of Baba's life.
क्षीरसागरा याव्या लहरी प्रेम उचंबळले तैसे अंतरी वातले गावी ती पोटभरी कथा माधुरी बाबांची.
Hemat Pant approached Baba for permission to write his pastimes. In the English translation of Shri Sai Satcharita by Envagunaji, the philosophical significance of wheat grinding is expounded as a metaphor for the destruction of our impulses, desires, ego, sins, and mental and physical afflictions. The lower stone of the quern is compared to karma, upon which sits the upper stone of bhakti. The handle of the quern represents the muscle of jnana, or knowledge, which propels the grinding and enables the seeker to see beyond the veil of Maya. Through this process, humans can hope to break free from the entanglements of worldly existence and achieve self-realization. With this concludes the commentary on the first chapter of Shri Sai Satcharita. Jaya Shri Sai.